Hi there, I got Mo with me. Great win today, bro. Beating Man City 1-0. Your thoughts on the game?
Man, I'm just, do you know what my thoughts on the game actually? First half I thought was a good, like, interesting game. You know, there was a lot of incident. Second half was boring as hell. Honestly, I was looking at that game thinking, like, where's the life, where's the energy? And I couldn't see where the goal was going to come from, for either team, because no one looked that threatening. But we needed that bit of luck. And that bit of luck, we got a little bit of luck earlier in the game when Alvarez, when he closed down Raya, and that didn't go in. But we didn't get the luck. Respect, man, thank you. We didn't get the luck when Kovacic should have been sent off. And it was that moment, I thought to myself, as the game progressed, that's going to be the story of the game, that's going to be the story of the day. They're all going to come out of the game saying, had Kovacic got sent off, then we would have won the game, etc., all that sort of stuff. But I'm so happy that that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that we did it. We beat Man City after L after L after L against them in the Premier League. That Community Shield game, when you go back to that and look at it, and look at what everyone was saying afterwards, was that we've finally beaten them, and hopefully that's what gets that sort of mental block away from us about facing Man City. And I know it was on penalties, we drew the 90 minutes, but it was still so important to just get one over on them, so they don't rock up thinking like, muscle memory, yeah, we beat these boys. And now we've like compounded that with this in the league, and we beat them in 90 minutes, and we've kept a clean sheet, and Haaland was invisible, and Saliba bossed Haaland, and even though yes, they didn't have Rodri, we didn't have Partey for the majority of the game, he wasn't fully fit, and yes, they didn't have De Bruyne, we didn't have Saka. You know, like, there's no excuses for either teams, and in fact, if anything, they were lucky with the red card, because that was such a gimme. Like deflections and all that sort of stuff happen in football. Alvarez and Raya, they might look at that and think we could have scored there, but that's all part of football. That's like sort of like on the pitch without the interference and the incompetence of officials. But that from the referees today was awful. So they were already fortunate, and I couldn't even believe that Kovacic came out at half time. After the one on Odegaard should be in the red in itself, and then what he did to Rice, I can't believe it wasn't a red. And you just think, oh man, but we turned it around. We didn't let that get the better of us. We didn't let that sort of get into our psyche of thinking, oh, it's not going to be our day. We just carried on doing what we needed to do, and there we go, we've done it.
Yeah, bro, it was amazing. What did you think of the starting lineup?
Starting lineup, I think he got it right in the sense of not having Havertz in there, but you know, the Ryan Ramsdale thing continues. That's always, like, for me, still a talking point. I don't think that we've seen a massive improvement, if any, actually. I don't think we've seen any improvement in any area. I think they're two really, really level keepers. So as far as I'm concerned with that one, it's just about making sure both of them stay at the club. If you can do that, make sure we've got two top keepers, fine. But I think today showed me, when I looked at the starting lineup, that Raya is number one. Up to this point, I've been thinking, is there some rotation game that he's going to be playing, etc.? But no, for me, Raya is the number one. Other than that, I was happy Trossard played, because I think like he deserves minutes. I think he's been really, really good. The only thing for me was, you know, Nketiah playing up top and Jesus sort of, you know, out of that central area. Could we have, you know, perhaps been a bit braver with Martinelli? But look, he's coming back from injury, so I can't criticise Arteta on that, because I criticised him for rushing Saka back. So I was livid about that. That was a thing, that was a key omission from the starting lineup that I was so annoyed about, because why did you play him against Lens in the Champions League after he had to limp off in the previous game in the league? I wanted him here today, but somehow, even with poor officiating, even with Saka being injured, we've still come away with winning 1-0. So it is what it is today. We've got away with it. International break, we can put our feet up and relax.
You can see it was a high pressure game. Both teams were quite tentative, and defensively we had to stand up to. We know how good they are attackingly, but the way our defence performed, we didn't see, as you mentioned, we didn't see Haaland, didn't see Alvarez, didn't see all their attacking threats today, and it was a brilliant defensive performance.
Yeah, and Doku as well, when he came on, he's been able to change games for City. He's got a lot of trickery, a really, really good strong runner at the ball with his feet. He's tricky, he's direct, he's a proper winger, as Guardiola said. And even when he came on, like, we managed to nullify Man City, and that's really important. When you look at our clean sheets record at home, it's poor. It's not very good. We do the job on the road, but now we've gone and kept the clean sheet. We're going to beat a Man City. We've done it, man. Like, and this has got to flood this team with belief. And you saw the way they celebrated at full time. You saw the crowd reaction, the atmosphere today, especially after the goal went in, was unbelievable. So I hope this is sort of like a telling moment in our season and also in the minds of these players that actually we've just beaten the team that won the treble last year. We've beaten the best team in the world. So there's no reason why we can't go on. And also we find ourselves doing well in the Premier League without even having played that well. So love it.
Yeah, well, so many great performances today. Who would you give your man of the match to?
It's a tough one because, no one actually I thought was unbelievable for Arsenal, in all honesty. And I was thinking about this during the game. No one's had a bad game. But no one has had like a game where they're like, oh, I'm really, really proud of that performance. But two people, Saliba and Declan Rice, I thought were both good. Gabriel as well, in the heart of defence, I thought he was good. Other than that, no one really sparkled for me. Odegaard wasn't his usual brilliant self. But for me, I think that's because of the fact that Man City pose such a massive threat. They're so difficult to deal with that you don't get the opportunities to go and sparkle. You do so much in the 90 minutes against Man City of like the dogged work, the sort of uglier side of the game, the less fashionable side of the game, that, it's hard to go and do brilliant things against them. But we saw Pedro Neto for Wolves do it in the last game, where now it's just two on the bounce Man City have lost. He was sort of exceptional, but it's not easy to do that. That's it. Thank you, bro. So, for me, I'd say Saliba for bossing Haaland. You've got to give any defender that comes up against him and does the job a lot of props. And I'm very happy for Tomiyasu. I said this on my own match reaction on my channel as well, that Tomiyasu, he gave the goal away when they came to our place last season. And that, you can say we crumbled after that in the title chase. But he made the difference today. His direct, central, brave run that led to the goal where he got headed to it and retained possession, turned it over. That was brilliant. So I'm really happy for him as well.
Well, so still really early days in the Premier League, but it's been a very good start. We're undefeated, we've beaten the defending champions, treble winners. What's your thoughts on the title race?
Well, we're in it. We knew that before the start of the season. I think this just confirms it. Arsenal haven't been as impressive this season as we were last season. And I've been looking at the performances, often feeling a bit underwhelmed by them. 2 poor 2-2 draws at home as well. And you think to yourself, maybe last year was our opportunity and we missed out on it. But actually, no, I think today should flood us all with belief. It should tell us, no, we are here to be counted and we will be in this title race. I think, Tottenham are doing well in the league as well. But I really, really don't see longevity in what they're doing because I think they've been extremely fortunate. But hey, look, maybe they'll say the same thing about Arsenal, and that's an Arsenal hat I'm wearing when I'm saying that. But really, I feel like it's Arsenal and Man City. Liverpool, like they've drawn 2-2 against Brighton away today. They're not that sort of well-oiled attacking machine that they used to be. We've got a chance. We really do have a chance this year.